lay a bunch of eggs. Every day it seems like they're putting out eggs. Need I say more about trapping small game than hickory tree? Trap down in. But you don't see many trucks like that on them hunting shows, do you? Hood up, full of wood in the back. Hello there, T-Mac here, Wild for the Outdoors. I'm talking to you today about a 10-day challenge. I'm challenging myself. I don't eat out a lot. You know, we eat out maybe once a week, maybe. On a good week, twice a week, or I guess a bad week, I guess you could say. But I'm challenging myself to a 90% organic diet. And by what I mean by that is 90% hand to mouth right out of this area. Why am I 90% and not 100%? Well, first of all, by organic, I don't mean going to the store and paying $2 or $3 more for organic whatever. I'm talking about what I can get out of the garden that I've grown and what I can provide for myself around here. Now, I am cheating a little bit. I've got some deer meat still from the last deer season, but you know, that's why I'm doing it now. I've got the garden going. You know, I'm making it easy on myself. I'm setting myself up to succeed a little bit. I don't want to set myself up to fail, because that's just going to discourage me. But what I'm doing is 90% hand to mouth around here. And why 90% not 100% is because I've already figured out this morning that I am ill prepared for 100%, and I could easily fix that. Yeah, but that's why I'm doing this. I'm doing this to edify myself as far as what I need to do to get prepared to be able to live. I would love to be able to take 90% of what I need off of this property and other hunting grounds, because then I'm saving money, and plus I'm eating better. So that's what this is about. This is about edifying myself on what I need to do to prepare myself. So what I found out this morning, there's some easy items that you can stock up on and save yourself, you know, in the long run. Salt, pepper, flour, sugar, cornmeal. Those 5 things right there will help you out tremendously. Now, I don't have the means to make any of that, so I'd have to buy it. So that's what that's what I've already found out, is those are the items that I need to be stocking up on. Prepping, I guess. I'm not a big prepper, but if I was going to start, that's where I'd start, right there. So I figured that out the first thing this morning. Another thing I figured out, because you know, I started this thing this morning, I went to get some eggs, making an omelet. You know, I got bell peppers, I got onions. No cheese, man. I gotta have cheese on my omelet. So I got a goat, but he ain't got the right plumbing to make cheese. So I need to work on getting another goat or something. You know, I need to do something as far as cheese goes. That's probably the biggest thing. So, you know, 90%. I'm figuring cheese was about 5% of my meal this morning. The other 5% was right here in this cup. I don't have a means of making coffee, so store-bought coffee. I'm sorry. We'll pretend I traded some eggs for it this morning. But anyway, I'm just challenging myself to a 10-day organic life. And organic squirrels, my garden, whatever I can get a hold of that is organic for me, and that will educate me on what I need to do, how I need to step up my game. Okay, it's easy to talk the talk, but walking the walk, that's how you're going to learn. So it's time for me to do a little walking. This is about being healthier. I weighed myself this morning at 282 pounds. So we're going to work on that. See how this affects that. Blood pressure, I'm going to take it, monitor it. I usually have pre-hypertension, so we're going to work on that, see how that affects that. And just overall how I feel inside. I think and I believe we are a product of what we eat. And nowadays, what we eat is not the best for us. Headed back to the berry patch. Well, as you can see, I'm at the blackberry patch, and this is going to be key as far as getting, you know, berries and fruits and stuff. I'm going to have to find those naturally. You know, I know where there's some apple trees at, but I'm going to have to go to find them. But these are in my backyard. These are blackberries, great source of vitamin C, and just, I mean, they're just good. I'm going to make some jam with them, some jelly. I ain't going to be missing out too much when it comes to eating good, especially with fruits like this growing right now. Boy, they are big as quarters, some of them. So I'm going to get to picking, and this is a good score as far as organic, finding stuff growing in my area. And this kind of roadside fodder is out there for everybody. You guys, if you keep up my videos, you know I love getting out there and picking some blackberries. Of course, I've got my protection to ward off any snakes. Well, this is where I'm going to get 90% of my food. Well, you know, probably 80%. Besides the chickens with their eggs and the meat I've killed and whatever. This is where a lot of my substance is going to come from, the garden. And it's kind of odd that I'm calling this a 10-day challenge. But in reality, this was everyday life 100 years ago for everybody. You know, almost everybody. If you lived outside of town, you had a garden and that's what you ate. Now, everybody do that now? No. Okay, it seems like nowadays you gotta have some store-bought stuff. Just like back then, people would go to the store and buy supplies, but I'm just trying to get away from the dependency of so much store-bought food or fast food or anything like that. So, gardens where I'm gonna get a lot. There might be some days if I don't feel like eating meat, that this is the only source of food I'm going to have. So it's just too bad my tomatoes haven't come on yet. Man, I'd really be in heaven then. It'd make this a whole lot easier, that's for sure. That breeze feels good after that picking. So we got a picking going. Not a whole bunch. Yeah. But we got plenty of green beans, which they're finally starting to slow down. Thankfully, I'm tired of picking them. But my yellow green beans have come on now, so got plenty of yellow green beans and green beans, and got some jalapeno peppers, some banana peppers, some cucumbers. So you know, it's good. That's why I want to do this now, because I didn't want to set myself up to fail. You know, I want to do this for me, see how it affects me, and you know, hopefully I can keep to it. But yeah, a little garden like this will provide. And I tell you what, the best investment in the garden so far has been the green beans. I've been a little upset with some other stuff because I went a little cheaper on seeds, and I shouldn't have, but I'm always trying to be cheap. But when it comes to seeds, spend that extra 50 cents on the good seeds, or $1, or whatever it is. But the green beans, man, I tell you what, have been well worth it. I've got 50 cents worth of green bean seeds in there, in about a 4 by 12, 4 by 14 foot area, and I put less than $1 worth of seeds in there, and I know I picked over a 5-gallon bucket full of green beans. So going cheap on the green beans worked out, but that's about the only thing. My corn isn't looking great. You know, I think I should have went a little more expensive on the seeds on that, but that's something I'll learn, and I'll, you know, next year I'll spend that extra money. But anyway, this is where my nutrition is going to come from on this challenge, right out of the yard. And you know, I'm sure I'm going to be missing some certain things, but I don't think I'll be starving. Alright, well, I thought I'd come in here and do a little weigh-in for everybody. See where I'm at. I think 3.5 days into the 10-day challenge, or 4 days, I guess. Technically 3.5, but we'll go with that. And thought I'd see. When I started out, I was 282, and so far so good. Getting ready to have some breakfast. As you can see, I'm dressed for Walmart. Try that again. Oh. $276.8. That means I lost 6 pounds. So that's pretty good in just 3.5 days. That's pretty wild. Better than any diet I've ever tried. I've been kind of short on carbs because of the fact that I'm not eating any kind of... Did you guys get the I'm dressed for Walmart joke? Just kidding, I would never go to Walmart like this. Getting ready to go eat breakfast, but I've been short of carbs because I don't have any homemade flour or nothing like that, so I haven't been eating no bread or rice or pasta. You know, I don't have any means of making any of that, so I've not been eating that. So it's kind of like an Atkins diet going on here, only without the GMOs and all that good garbage. I tell you what, that second day was hard on my stomach. I don't know if it was just my body trying to getting all that stuff out of it, but it was rough. I mean, my stomach was in knots, and I'm not going to go into detail, but something was going on that second day, and it kind of lets me know that our bodies are not used to fresh food. That's just, and I don't care. And I supplement my diet a lot with you know, squirrel, rabbit, dove. Not a lot with dove, but you know, I eat as much as I can wild game. A lot of deer meat. You know, if I could get my butt into the boat and get fishing, you know, I'd have fish. A guy like me, I tend to believe that I supplement a lot of my diet with natural stuff from the garden, and I tell you what, it still wasn't. I mean, it still wasn't enough. I still had to go through a change in my stomach when I done this, and it was tough. It hurt. My stomach was. It felt like some of the worst gas pain you could ever imagine, and you know, it was tough. Every time I ate, it seemed like, oh, I was in for some pain. And I had to push through that. Yesterday wasn't too bad at all. Really wasn't. Today, looking forward to another good day. Feeling good. But that kind of lets you know that your body isn't used to natural food, and that's sad. That's even me, who I thought I really was going to have an easier time with it. My body still had to do some work inside, clearing out some stuff. So crazy. I didn't think it was going to be painful like that, but it was you know, but it was well worth it. I feel better. I felt better the next day. Feel good today, running into day 4, and you know, looking forward to. Looks like I'm losing about a little over a pound a day. Get your Burley Balm today at www.burleybomb.com. Keep it simple, keep it pure.